Kings, òórùn aládùn, adùn tó kó ẹbí àti ara mọ́ra. Ó wà ní gbogbo ilé ìtajà jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
2 years ago, the biggest radio raffle hit we always won. Yeah, this been turning to weeksy. Weeksy turning to month. Just like yesterday when you start, cashier don't they put the money inside the hands of people we bold, we get the courage, we get the mind to dare. This month of July, cashier, they celebrate 2 years of a better payout to lucky winners to them. Watch out as we visit the location when near you this week, where you go fit play 3 to get 30 entries. Play 1 for 5 entries, and even serve. You fit to tell your friend or family member, and then go get 1 free entry. We're gonna share over 50 billion naira this is July. Eat like your Iboko. No way to no slow down. If you want play on top of Splash FM, na star 347 star 1004 star 1 hash. If you want play for Lagelu FM, na star 347 star 1004 star 2 hash. On your website www.cashier.ng. Remember, say you must be 18 years and above to play this cashier. Cashier 2 years anniversary. Shorty cashier, naughty cashier.
Because it good for stronger health. What do you need? Amatem, fast relief. If malaria disturb you with Amatem, no issue. Oh, only the best. Oh, Amatem Softgel. Fight malaria, no stress. Oh, Amatem Softgel.
When malaria show, no time to talk. Amatem Softgel na Dodogu, only the best.
In the words of Coco Chanel, luxury must be comfortable. Otherwise, it is not luxury. If you do not, therefore, negotiate your comfort, Maracana Luxury Hotel and Suites is the place for you. Our top-notch services include comfortable lodging with smart TV and Wi-Fi, African and continental cuisine restaurant. Our bar also serves exotic drinks and cocktails. There is also standard swimming pool for your delight. 247 laundry services with 24-hour power supply. The icing on the cake is the 15% discount for all lodgers on selected room and 20% room discount for students of higher institution of learning. Terms and conditions apply. Maracana Hotel is your luxury destination. Visit us today at number 42 Awolowo Way, Bodija, Ibadan. You can as well call or WhatsApp us on 0812-217-6433. Maracana Luxury Hotel and Suites. Luxury lifestyles.
If happiness gets sound for Naija, na so e go sound.
Yo, carry your bride, John.
For 75 years, Coca-Cola don dey inside all our correct moments. From wedding celebrations to birthday, naming ceremony, even small everyday enjoyment. E don tey, we still dey gidigba.
You fit kiss your bride now.
Now, enjoy extra 20% for our Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite 60cl packs, specially for you. No dull yourself. Go carry your own for any shop wey dey near you.
2 years ago, the biggest radio raffle hit we always won. Yeah, this been turning to weeksy. Weeksy turning to month. Just like yesterday when you start, cashier don't they put the money inside the hands of people we bold, we get the courage, we get the mind to dare. This month of July, cashier, they celebrate 2 years of a better payout to lucky winners to them. Watch out as we visit the location when near you this week, where you go fit play 3 to get 30 entries. Play 1 for 5 entries, and even serve. You fit to tell your friend or family member, and then go get 1 free entry. We're gonna share over 50 billion naira this is July. Eat like your Iboko. No way to no slow down. If you want play on top of Splash FM, na star 347, star 1004, star 1 hash. If you want play for Lagelu FM, na star 347, star 1004, star 2 hash. On your website, www.cashier.ng. Remember, say you must be 18 years and above to play this Cashier. Cashier, 2 years anniversary. Shorty Cashier. Naughty Cashier.
Cashier, now your day. 2 years stronger, we dey celebrate. No firewood, no charcoal. Say hello to the new, no smoky party. If you want that smoky flavor, that delights your taste buds. You know smoky party, jollof, jollof. You know smoky party, jollof, smoky party, jollof.
Enjoy the new North Smoky Party Jollof seasoning.
Give me no, give me smoky party, jollof. Smoky party, jollof, jollof, jollof.
Splash FM 105.5.
We appreciate you for always being with us. We are live on Facebook, by the way. Please do join us on Facebook so you can be part of our discussion. Quickly, before we go for the news, barely still on corruption. Barely months into the implementation of the 2026 budget, fresh concerns have emerged over the management of public finances. The senator says about 70% of the 2025 budget had to be rolled over because it was not implemented on schedule. At the same time, an investigation has reportedly identified more than 210 billion naira in allocations that appear to have been duplicated across ministries, departments, and agencies. Together, these developments raise uncomfortable questions about how Nigeria plans, executes, and monitors its annual budgets, and whether taxpayers are getting value for the money appropriated in their name. Now, critical issues here. Is Nigeria budgeting beyond its implementation capacity? Why are increasingly large budgets consistently difficult to implement in Nigeria? And what is the problem? Is it lack of funds, weak planning, or poor execution? What does a 70% rollover really mean? Does it indicate that ministries were unable to spend the money, or were funds not released for these ministries and MDAs, or the procurement process too slow for execution? And can we really develop if we are unable to manage our budgets? And I'll start with Tunde Okoya. Basically, I'm not asking you to answer all these questions, they're actually impossible. But I'm looking at, since 2023, we have been struggling with implementation of budgets to 2024, 2025, and now 70% of 2025 budget is being rolled over to 2026, which inherently, for me, I'll borrow Michael's word, naivety. It will not make us to be able to implement 2026 budget.
Okay, so I think we should start with some. Let's break it down a bit. I can assure you that you see the 30% that is said to have been implemented is in certain sectors. Maybe defense has gotten their money in full. Maybe defense has gotten. Maybe they have gotten their money in full. Maybe we have bought some of the equipment that we plan to buy. Is why we have the 30%.
Or maybe we have been paying salaries.
Yes, and put all of that together. Because I remember the Minister for Health talking about just 36 million naira being released from the 2025 budget. 36 million of the of the lot. Health budget. Which means that even this 70%, I mean this 30% is not 30% across board. It's not as if every MDA
got 30%.
Got 30%. I just want us to look at it from that perspective. That's number one. But you see, when it comes to budgeting is a very tricky thing to do. They say you should set a goal, short, medium term, and long term. But there's something to say about goals. The goals must be smart. It must be specific, must be measurable, must be achievable, must be realistic, and must be time-bound. That is what a smart goal is. How is Nigeria coming up with her budget? Is it a budget of aspiration, of what we aspire to be, or what we hope to be, or a budget of reality?
Or perspiration.
Or perspiration. It's not perspiration. Because...
Or a cut and paste budget.
Cut and paste. Because...
came to mind.
Because...
Or blush and bleed.
Because let's just imagine that as a parent, you put your kids in school based on your budget. You rent an apartment based on your budget. You buy a car based on your budget. You buy food based on your budget. But on every one of those indicators, you only release 30% of the money required for it for a whole year. Your children's school fees are all 30% paid. The food budget in the house is just 30% that has been released to madam to be preparing food. Everything is just 30%. Just look at how miserable your life will be as a human being. Now, is it now strange that the country is running the way it is right now? Is it also strange that the economic hardship in Nigeria is second to none at the moment? Is it strange that things are not working the way they should work in Nigeria? Because it is no longer strange. Our budget, for starters, is piss poor. Let's start from that. Of that piss poor budget, we are still now unable to fulfill... because we are looking at a paltry $23 billion. Egypt, with less than half of our population, has a budget of over $130 billion. South Africa has a budget over $100 billion. We are dealing with a budget of $23 billion. And every time I say that Nigeria is a very poor country, people argue it. Because it is one of the highest forms of poverty when you are doing the barest minimum, but you are still unable to meet your obligations at the barest minimum level. It's ridiculous. See, I am being owed by the federal government of Nigeria in the past 18 months, and they cannot tell me. I did work for the federal government of Nigeria that I have not been paid for in the last 18 months. And every time we broach the topic, they said they cannot even tell us when we will be paid.
They will pay you when they start campaigning.
So how many more like me are in Nigeria? How many more like me have workers working for them that they are unable to meet their obligations? So these are the questions. Are we really serious people? In other crimes, this is an impeachable offense. In saner crimes, this is an impeachable offense. And you cannot, as the executive, have a legislative budget in place and not implement it and not go back to the assembly to say, you know what, let's adjust this budget to what we can do. And let's be upfront with people on what we are going to do. And then we hear awards of contracts for road, for this, for that. Okay, so where is that money coming from? It's also, and this is something we know, a lot of these contractors are also not getting paid.
Some of them protested recently.
So, Michael, just your thought quickly on Tunde before we...
Yeah, so just like Tunde said, I think we are a very unserious country. We are just doing cut and paste, copy and paste essentially to, give a sense of busyness. That's what I believe the government is doing. And this government has failed monumentally. As far as I know, we have never experienced something like this before, since 1999, that we will be doing carryover. You see, if you send a child to university, and that's basically why I agree with the impeachable, quote and unquote statement by Tunde Okoya. If you have a child in a university and he goes into 100 level, he passes only 30% of all courses, elective and compulsory. If he goes into 200 level,
3 years in a row.
Yeah, 3 years in a row. He would.
And God save him, that child is going through CGPA.
Well, so what I know is some universities will even advise you to withdraw.
Just withdraw.
So that advice to withdraw is operationalized for me as impeach. And that's basically what Nigerians see. Nigerians, and that's why I have anger against Nigerians.
You'll be labeled hater of this government.
You see, I happily accept that label if what I'm saying affects me. See, he just talked about 30%. So, budget for education for health. You should be able to go to a federal, hospital. You should be able to go to a hospital, primary healthcare center. You should be able to go to a primary school and see UBEC on all that on their walls. It means that we will not be able to get these things. So, see, if anybody comes at me, it means that person is privileged to be sharing from the 30%.
All right, just your thoughts before we
Okay, I'm just going to keep it very brief, and that is the role of the parliament. We treat budget as though it's an executive document.
It's a suggestion. Budget in Nigeria is a suggestion. This is how we suggest that this should go. But if you deem it fit, execute. But if you think otherwise, you just stand on your mandate.
You now end it with as your lordship pleases.
As your lordship pleases.
Well, again, I keep saying, what I find as our own paradox here is that when people commit impeachable offenses, we look away. We even applaud them. But you see, we threaten impeachment for things like he's not carrying us along. He's not showing respect to party elders, whatever that means. It's a shame. And it goes back to what has been mentioned here. It was Tunde who said it. Management of consequences. Budget is a statement of policy. It's a statement of intent. This is what we intend to do. So, basically, this is how government should work. When you're campaigning, you have a set of manifestos, which, by the way, most of the time, the people we elect don't know anything about the manifesto. They get some, professors to
fine heads,
write it. That is not even the problem. If you will internalize, the manifesto,
they won't pay their balance
and own it. That's another problem. They don't own it.
Yeah.
As soon as they get elected, they throw it somewhere to be gathering dust. So but the ideal way is that you have your programs that this is what I'm going to do. Now, when you get elected, you budget based on what is available in line with the program you have. So it's like it's a part with the people that is backed by the law, which is what the National Assembly does. But here, I don't really know how we can, keep discussing. You say you're going to do something, you don't do it, and then you don't get punished. It can only be in our system, really.
It can only be juju. That's the way it looks like.
We should be impeaching left, right, and center.
It's annoying.
Are we being hoodwinked? It's 6 o'clock. Time for news highlights at 6 p.m. Stay with us.
Splash 105.5 FM. The best and the best.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Good evening and welcome to News Highlights at 6 p.m. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. A United States lawmaker, Ted Cruz, has alleged that President Bola Tinubu is spending resources and attention on U.S. lobbyists amid persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Senator Cruz made this allegation in a statement, saying that instead of responding to American concerns, Nigerian officials waged a public relations campaign against critics. The lawmaker further accused the Nigerian government of being confident in their ability to continue the status quo, expressing satisfaction over President Donald Trump's response to alleged Christian persecution in the country. The Federal High Court in Abuja has sentenced 3 suspects linked to the abduction of pupils and teachers in Orire local government area of Oyo State to life imprisonment, effective from the date of the convict's arrest. Before sentencing, the defense counsel urged the court to exercise leniency, arguing that the defendants were first-time offenders who had pleaded guilty to the charges against them. The prosecution, however, opposed the plea for leniency, arguing that the convicts were aware of those involved in the criminal operation and, as law-abiding citizens, ought to have reported the information to the relevant authorities instead of concealing it. The court subsequently sentenced the 3 defendants to life imprisonment. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Oyo State has urged eligible residents in the state to make maximum use of the remaining days of the extended continuous voter registration CVR exercise, warning them against last-minute rushes. The third and final phase of the CVR exercise, which was earlier extended by 2 weeks, starting from Saturday, 11 July, is scheduled to officially end on Sunday, 26 July 2026. In a media release issued by the Honorable Resident Electoral Commissioner REC for Oyo State, Professor Rahman Adeninotela, he noted that the extension is specifically designed to accommodate all eligible citizens who are yet to register, individuals who have recently attained the age of 18 years, and those who have never registered before. The window is open to registered voters wishing to transfer their polling units, those seeking to replace lost or damaged permanent voter cards, PVCs, and citizens who require corrections to their personal details. National Secretary of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Rauf Arewachala, has claimed he is the first governor in Nigeria's history to govern a state for 8 years without owning a personal house. According to the former governor of Osun State and former Minister of Interior, he lived in a friend's house throughout his tenure as governor. On the foreign scene, about 12,000 people have been evacuated from the southwest of France, and authorities are moving 8,800 others as wildfires spread in Gironde region. The local prefect, Sophie Brockers, told reporters 2,400 hectares of land had already been destroyed around the Bay Arcachon. Many of those who had to leave the area overnight were visitors to local campsites on the Lage Cap Vert Peninsula, and the latest evacuations also involved campsites as a precaution. Wildfires have also broken out in Spain and Italy in recent days. Residents were evacuated near Toledo, south of Madrid, and a firefighter died after falling ill while tackling a blaze in Sicily. Sports news, Leicester City legend Jamie Vardy has revealed that his former teammate N'Golo Kante was close to featuring for Mali before eventually choosing to play for France. Vardy, who alongside Kante helped Leicester win the Premier League title in 2016, disclosed this in a sportcast. Jamie Vardy's having a party. The ex-England international claimed Kante wanted to honor his paternal roots and represent the Eagles of Mali. However, his Leicester teammate reportedly convinced him to pledge his allegiance to Les Blues, who are capable of winning major trophies. That ends the 6 p.m. news highlight for today. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. Splash Rendezvous will return in a moment. Do stay with us.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Splash 105.5 FM. The best and the best.
Wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀. N ò lè ṣaláì má panilẹ́rìn lákòókò àpéjọpọ̀ ìtakùrọ̀sọ orí ìlà mọ̀lẹ́bí mi. Ó tiẹ̀ da ohun tí gbogbo wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ni mò ń sè. Ó náà ni àmì ìdánimọ̀ mi ti ṣe Maggi native jollof rice. Ìtọ́wò ẹ̀kan lásán, àròyé kankan ò sí lẹ́yìn ẹ̀.
Maggi Star tá a ṣe látara ẹ̀wà sóyà, àlùbọ́sà adùn chili àti kànáfùrù.
Oúnjẹ alẹ́ ti délẹ̀, ẹ máa bọ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ tàbí kí ẹ má wá rárá.
Maggi Star yóò sọ gbogbo oúnjẹ tá a ṣe dohun àrà ọ̀tọ̀. Yóò sì tún sọ àkókò náà dàkókò mánigbàgbé.
Guy, we don dey talk since o. Make I go do my work, we go continue this talk later.
Oh boy, you don talk. Haba, you no dey tire.
Na the new level be that o. This new MTN sachet bundle don make life easy for me.
Brotherly, involve me na. Make me sef dey follow ya like you. Talk until you tire. When you dey on top the new MTN sachet bundles, dial *312*7# and press 2 to start to enjoy from 100 naira. Load am, talk dey go.
What do we choose? Milk. What makes us strong? Milk. For school, for play, every day. Milk is the way. Choose milk. Choose milk. Choose milk. Healthy body starts with what we choose.
Choose Milk, co-funded by the European Union and the Danish Dairy Board.
No firewood, no charcoal. Say hello to the new. No smoky party. If you want that smoky flavor, that delights your taste buds. You know smoky party, jollof. You know smoky party, jollof. Smoky party, jollof.
Enjoy the new North Smoky Party Jollof seasoning.
Give me no. Give me smoky party, jollof. Smoky party, jollof.
Splash FM 105.5.
Splash 105.5.
I deserve some accolades.
Tune in and listen everywhere you go.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for being with us. We're still live on Facebook, as I said. You can join us. Yaoniru, thank you. Aramodomo Yaoniru, thank you very much. Olushola Julia says, impeachment of the president with this current National Assembly on its mandate, they are all standing. Wow. Joke of the year, he says. And David Ayalomo, good evening, distinguished gentlemen in the studio. On the issue of ghost workers in the Federal Civil Service, the sector is saturated with fantastically corrupt workers who perpetrate atrocities with brazen impunity. The unfortunate trajectory is that our institutions and punishment systems in Nigeria are very, very weak. As according to David Tayolomo. Gentlemen, we'll welcome you back. Now, I want us to quickly discuss something that is off our note. And that is the Federal High Court in Abuja sentencing the 3 suspects linked to the abduction of pupils and teachers in the local government area of Oyo State to life imprisonment, effective from the date of the convict's arrest. I don't know how it came to you, but looking at those men, would you say they were the mastermind of that thing? So those 3 men held all of us hostage for 56 days. Those 3 men had the logistics, the plan, the weapon, or the masterminds of that thing had gone away. We just had these ones, and then we are done. That's the close of that chapter, and we move on. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. And how long did it take to prosecute these ones? Just a few days.
Of course, we always talk about justice. And it must not only be done, it must be seen to have been done. The fellows that have been now convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. 3 of them were not the masterminds. They were involved, at varying levels, by association, by knowledge, by support, and a few other reasons, but they were not the masterminds of it. I suppose because of the sensitivity of the matter, anything that looks like punishment at this time will be celebrated. I also suspect that politics is playing a role here because, the fact that these people quickly pled guilty and the swiftness with which it all happened. We're talking about something less than 3 weeks. And then you've secured conviction. I don't know the level of representation that happened. I don't know if
they had counsel.
Exactly.
Their lawyer said they are first offenders.
Again, we want justice. But how involved, are we just trying to, make a statement? It would be good to really catch the mastermind. I mean, what those people did was evil, was terrorism. As a matter of fact, I will even support capital punishment. But I would want us to, be dealing with the real people. The real people. I'm not saying these ones are not, but again, I suppose we can commend the government for at least doing this, but they should not stop. They should not stop. Again, I hope we are crossing the T's and dotting the I's, because we also don't want a situation where tomorrow some people will then commit another mass abduction and then will be putting a condition around release of some of these people. So our intelligence should be high up there.
It looks to me like a slap on the wrist. Justice.
Okay. Life imprisonment.
Is it these guys that we saw? They don't look like those who actually put the plan together to abduct those children.
And that's where the mixed feelings come from.
One of the charges included concealment of information. So it means that they were privy to.
Again, you see, the problem with that is, let's not lie to ourselves that our country has become very porous. And there are parts of this country where terrorists essentially hold sway. They may not want us to say this, but that's the reality. So if you find yourself living in such a place where these bad guys operate at almost the same level of strength or sophistication or violence that the government forces can, if not even higher, where does that leave you? Is that not a very dangerous dilemma to put people in, when it is damn them if they do, damn them if they don't? That's what I'm saying. It's a war of intelligence, and I really would want us to be going after the major guys,
the masterminds. Yeah,
Nigeria is such a beautiful country. Nigeria is an amazing country. I don't think there's nothing that cannot happen in Nigeria. I don't think there's anything that is beyond us in Nigeria. So long as we just want to do it. And that's, every time we talk about political will, it always sounds like one utopian ideology. But political will really matters. These people secured conviction now, sent them to prison. Is that all? Is that where it ends? Are these the masterminds? It's confirmed based on the charges against them. These guys are not the masterminds. Yeah. So, could we have further used them to gather more intelligence to get to the masterminds before doing this?
And don't forget
before even parading them?
Don't forget that the government said that the tactics used was to get the families.
And to get these people. So are these the people whose family was gotten? Because this is it.
No.
So
These
by
are
the
not
way,
the people.
Okay, so exactly. So
where are those
by
ones?
the way, there are gaps in this.
It was a kind of
thing.
arrangement to have those victims released, to also create a pathway
for them to escape.
For them to escape.
So where was that?
So
Kill some of them. Neutralized.
That happened.
This story.
That this is not a one-day affair.
No, it's not.
There were encounters that happened along the line. So yes, there were battles fought, but we're talking about what eventually led to the release
of the students.
Yes.
Okay, so another thing is Nigeria is such a beautiful country. I was following the case against this popular blogger at the High Court in Ikoyi. Prosecution has opened this case, I think, on Monday. Guess when the next adjournment was? Tuesday. They continued the case on Tuesday. Guess where the next adjournment was? Wednesday. That same matter continued on Wednesday. It meant that there are some matters
there are priorities
that are priority and they can get expedited or accelerated hearings. Yeah. And there are matters that all of us know are critical, are important, must be decided on time. And you just get a 6 months adjournment.
Political party crisis.
You just get adjournment for 6 months.
You know that election, there's an election timetable. And then they'll keep, adjourning to.
And then Tunde and I may be fighting over land.
Oh.
And maybe our grandchildren will get the judgment.
Okay. So that's the way this is. But I'm glad that we got a conviction. But I just hope that this is not just glossing over it. I hope that it's not, because the way the headlines are presented,
exactly.
The headlines suggest that this matter is closed, short, sorted.
Yeah, exactly.
And how come other terrorists that have been apprehended
are not tried speedily?
No, are not even tried at all in some cases. Those that surrendered.
Safe corridor now. There's safe corridor for them.
I say all the time that people can come and ask for forgiveness for heinous crimes they have committed. But we are not God. It's not us that should be forgiven. We have a duty to make sure they visit God early enough.
It's a state policy.
Arrange a meeting.
Arrange a meeting.
It's a state policy.
So that they can go and ask for the forgiveness as quickly as possible.
And so the argument also on the part of government is that that safe corridor is not open to every and anybody.
They say it's for low risk.
It's for low risk individuals.
Are these guys high risk? These guys are just convicted.
So that's the question we're asking. These ones are particularly linked to
a particular incident.
That's Orire. Mass abduction.
And they said they concealed.
They wanted to make a statement.
Where are the masterminds?
That's
the question we're all asking.
So for me, I'm trying to assume that this conviction could be part of, a more like a pipeline to get these guys to really speak. If they were not speaking before, during investigation. And then maybe there will be promise of commuting
some of these sentences.
That's the assumption that I am working on. Because
to keep your sanity.
Yeah, to keep my sanity. So I am assuming that, so let's sentence them so that we can use this sentencing to, extract information that they have not been willing to give. And I'm also suspecting something. I guess that their counsel, because they pled guilty. Yeah. I'm assuming that it was part, because I've been to courts before where someone who was caught like this, I have taken someone to court, he was caught like this, and then we got to court and he said not guilty. So I'm assuming that...
That's standard.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the standard will be to say not guilty. So these guys said guilty. Perhaps it was part of the plan to say just plead guilty and then we can sort out
but there are times that people plead guilty and the court still tell the prosecution to come and do due diligence.
In the report,
it happens.
Usually when they plead guilty, they also ask for leniency.
Exactly.
And so that was
it's mostly something to do with the class of people.
Yeah, but the judge refused.
That will say, okay, I'm guilty.
So they were completed for 8 out of 10.
Yes, the judge refused to act on leniency.
Yeah, exactly.
But is life in prison not lenient?
No, it's not. Life is not lenient for terrorism.
No, it's not lenient. Anyway, guys, we have to go for a break. Now, when we return, I want to quickly discuss two issues: burden of graduation ceremony in schools. I want to talk about it a bit, and then also.
It don't hit you?
I escaped. I'll be back in a moment. Just stay with us.
Splash FM 105.5.
àmọ̀ pé kí ló fẹ́ ra yẹn. òróró ìsebẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ ra jàre. òróró àbúrò tí ò lórúkọ kẹ̀. owó rẹ̀ kò wọ́n rárá ó sì máa ń gbádùn rẹ̀. àmọ̀ pé rántí pé ìfà máa fani lápòyà o. òróró wo ló wá fẹ́ kí n rà báyìí. òróró Devon Kings ló yẹ kó o ra. ó jẹ́ òróró ìsebẹ̀ tó pójú owó ó sì kún fún èròjà aṣaralóore vitamin A. òróró ìjọ ohun tí mo lè yàn láàyò fún èmi àti ìdílé mi. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o parọ́. ó lè ra ìwọ̀nba tí owó rẹ̀ bá ká kó o sì mọ̀ pé wàá gbádùn oúnjẹ aládùn tó bá fi òróró náà sè. òótọ́ ló sọ ó ṣeun ọ̀rẹ́ mi. mo rí dájú pé mo sọ fún gbogbo ènìyàn pé òróró ìsebẹ̀ Devon Kings ní òróró ìsebẹ̀ tó dára. ó dára bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Devon Kings òórùn aládùn adùn tó kó ẹbí àti ara mọ́ra ó wà ní gbogbo ilé ìtajà jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
Life no dey stand for one place sake of say person get headache, backache, muscle ache, menstrual pain or toothache. That's na why millions of people dem trust Panadol Extra. Dem don prove in combination for clinic saying dey give extra relief for pain wey tough. If e no be Panadol, e no fit be like Panadol. Make you always dey read the label before una use am. If the symptoms no comot after 3 days, abeg go see your doctor or physician.
Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people. Thou hast made me head over the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they will obey me. The strangers will fade away and be afraid out of their close places. Utterance will silence demonic oppositions. Utterance will silence wicked oppositions. From today, I'm rising. I'm soaring with the wings of eagles. I'm crushing the head of the devil. Where is Satan now? Where is calamity now? Where is sickness now? I'm swallowing them up. They are all under my feet.
Heart Enlargement Special is here. Join us for a time of breakthroughs, miracles, and open doors. Ministry in the Visionary Manifold Grace Ministries. Host, Pastor Tara Akinkwade. Date, 24th and 25th of July, 2026. Time, 8 a.m. daily. Venue, the International Conference Center, Ibadan. For inquiries, call us on 08134773145. 08134773145. See you there.
With my life,
No firewood, no charcoal. Say hello to the new no smoky party. Try one that smoky flavor that delights your taste buds. New no smoky party, jollof. New no smoky party, jollof. Smoky party, jollof.
Enjoy the new North Smoky Party Jollof seasoning.
Give me no, give me smoky party, jollof. Smoky party, jollof, jollof, jollof.
Hey, wait! Before you buy that multivitamin, ask yourself, is it giving your child complete nutrition?
Choose Afravite, choose Afravite, with over 30 years of caring for babies and growing children too. Choose Afravite, yeah.
Afravite multivitamin drops and syrup, specially formulated for babies and growing children. It contains essential vitamins for growth, immunity, and brain development. It's NAFDAC approved.
Give them Afravite every day.
Afravite is a product of Afrapchem Limited, makers of Panda Paracetamol.
2 years ago, the biggest radio raffle hit we always Yeah, this been turning to weeksy. Weeksy turning to month. Just like yesterday when you start cashier, don't they put the money inside the hands of people way bold, we get the courage, we get the minds to dare. This month of July, cashier, they celebrate 2 years of a better payout to lucky winners them. Watch out as we visit the location when near you this week, where you go fit play 3 to get 30 entries. Play 1 for 5 entries, and even serve. You fit to tell your friend or family member, and then go get 1 free entry. We're gonna share over 50 billion naira this is July. Eat like your Iboko. No way to no slow down. If you want play on top of Splash FM, now star 347, star 1004, star 1 hash. If you want play for Lagelu FM, now star 347, star 1004, star 2 hash. On the website, www.cashier.ng. Remember, say you must be 18 years and above to play this cashier. Cashier, 2 years anniversary. Shorty cashier, naughty cashier.
wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ n ò lè ṣaláì má panilẹ́rìn lákòókò àpéjọpọ̀ ìtakùrọ̀sọ orí ìlà mọ̀lẹ́bí mi. ó tiẹ̀ da ohun tí gbogbo wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ni mò ń sè. ó náà ni àmì ìdánimọ̀ mi ti ṣe Maggi native jollof rice. ìtọ́wò ẹ̀kan lásán ara yìí kankan ò sí lẹ́yìn ẹ̀.
Maggi Star tá a ṣe látara ẹ̀wà sóyà àlùbọ́sà adùn chili àti kànáfùrù.
oúnjẹ alẹ́ ti délẹ̀ ẹ máa bọ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ tàbí kí ẹ má wá rárá.
Maggi Star yóò sọ gbogbo oúnjẹ tá a ṣe dohun ara ọ̀tọ̀ yóò sì tún sọ àkókò náà dàkókò mánigbàgbé.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, there's still Splash Rendezvous on Splash 105.5, your integrity station. Mr. Atubosun. Ekpele.
It's because of it's because of the topic that you're about to bring up.
That's why I said Mr.
Advantara.
All right. Now, the next issue is something that is mind-boggling. I know that it's been a discussion on different fora. The way it is, graduation ceremonies are meant to celebrate academic achievement, but for many Nigerian parents, they have become another source of financial pressure. From creche and nursery schools to primary and secondary schools, what used to be a simple end-of-session event is now, in many cases, accompanied by compulsory levies for gowns, souvenirs, entertainment, photography, elaborate parties, and so on. And Ashwebi. As the costs of living continues to rise, questions are being asked about whether schools are placing unnecessary burdens on families, especially private schools. Now, guys, I heard a story. It was a woman whose child was unable to write his final exam paper for the term because the fee for party, the end of session party, is considered compulsory in her child's school. She sent me the bill, the school fees. I think it's about 55,000 naira, something elocution, 5,000 naira, one other fee, maybe after school or something, and then end of session party, 20,000 naira. And she said that she couldn't afford to pay that money, but paid all the other costs for that child, for the session, or for the term. But the school did not allow the child to write his final paper.
Allegedly.
Isn't that what they said like this?
So, and that was what she said to me. And then she was wondering, is this possible that because she didn't pay for the party, the child will be denied his final exams? Now, the Tribune reported this story yesterday that parents are suffering from these pressures, that they had to look for money. And I said, I also know a gentleman who are twins, who is equally in that pressure point, where he's looking for money to pay for his children's end of session party. This problem, Tunde, let me start from you. What should be done?
The child did not write final exams because, no, I see. I believe that there's other reasons this child did not write that final exam. I see. We all must keep our sanity.
Why? Because
no, because I want to believe that maybe that child is owing other fees from other terms. See, I'm trying to believe that too. Because
to keep you safe.
No. See, I'm going to lose my mind if such a thing happens, and I don't want to, because oh my God, it's see, some things are optional. While I respect those that made a choice to spend that money on end of the year party, I respect those that can afford it. But I like to believe that at no point was it part of the arrangement of my child getting educated in that school that attending, participating, and paying for an end of the year or end of session party will be a reason to deny that child that milestone of writing final exam and leaving that class. It will never make sense to me. You see, we have to be careful as people, because all of us cannot be moving like people that don't want things to work. I'm trying to be very tempered with the way I'm, handling this. It has gone out of hand. The way end of session parties has been celebrated. For some parents, I think it has even become a means for them to express themselves. And I've said it on many fora that I've had opportunities to. I said it has become a case where you find parents living vicariously through their children. That has become it's because can we just allow children be children? Can we allow children actually be children? Can we allow them move from one class to another and celebrate them the way we will celebrate children? Buy them basic things, celebrate them, buy them books, give them adventures and basic things.
What do you say to when the school makes end of session party compulsory fee?
I
don't think any school makes it compulsory.
It's simple.
Show the other one. That's the deal from the school.
Interesting thing is that school now made some other things optional.
Exactly.
The things that are more important.
So I'm saying now in this school now, optional fees.
Chess,
STEM.
Can you imagine? It's optional. Can you imagine?
The essence of technology, engineering, and math is optional, which is 10,000.
The essence of going to school.
Chess 7,000 optional. Taekwondo 7,000 optional. Music 7,000 optional.
Can you imagine?
Now they now said compulsory fees.
Yes, listed.
Which fees are compulsory? Tuition, after school, elocution, and all club fees should be. They put the account number there. Tuition 55, after school 5, elocution 4, end of session party 20,000.
And it's
okay. So I don't have a problem with this.
Okay,
it's a private school.
Yes, it is.
And it's your duty as a parent to read through these things.
Read through
before you put your child
exactly
there.
No, but what if it wasn't that? This child is in year 5 from what I saw there.
Yeah. No, it can't just suddenly surface.
It can't.
It does. Actually, it does.
No,
it does now.
It will be challenged. That is the essence of
PTA, right?
Yes.
But then the PTA sat down, have agreed. You are the only parent in that entire PTA saying, I did not agree. You even attended and you say, I don't agree, but they say majority has carried the vote. What are you going to do?
I don't think that is how it works.
Oh, that's how it really works in most cases.
No, I have also. I'm a parent too. So let's not make it sound like. I have been. I mean, I'm trying to not make this a personal thing, but I've seen this work
where somebody will shout it down.
Yes, I do not want to be a party to this.
Yes,
at that open meeting.
It's when the person will declare it.
They may say, no, everybody must go the same way. But at the end of the day, they will let you know that if you don't want your child to be part of this.
Yeah, okay. I've been exempted from such a thing before as well.
Because it's party.
So let me come.
But I'm saying, because that's even an extreme situation.
Yeah.
That he wasn't there at the start but somewhere maybe year 2 or year 4 they introduce it. Usually it is optional.
So what would this parents do?
If you're not interested, you let them. You can write to them.
I also believe that perhaps this parent did not express disagreement.
Okay,
when the bill was sent. Hold on, please. When the bill was sent, this is the bill for your children's compulsory.
And this parent assumed.
I expect that the parents will respond immediately. That this and this and this and this. For example, I remember when I pay my kids' school fees, I will send an email to the school. I have just paid this amount of money for this, and this. Kindly confirm. I will now recall when one of them was leaving school, they said she wasn't going to get her testimonial out of school.
Because of a particular fee.
And then I sent an email to them that, what do you mean she won't get it, that there's a particular fee? And I said, just as she finished her final exam, I sent an email to the school requesting to know if there's any fee that is outstanding.
Yeah.
And the response I got was nothing outstanding. It was just that email I sent to them, and they released the testimonial immediately.
Okay, so
because there was communication.
So let me come in now. So you know, the two of them talked about disagreement in a meeting. All of us on this table have attended enough private school PTA meeting.
Absolutely.
To know that it is a call and response meeting. That the proprietor will come, he will sing his own praise, and some parents will raise their hands to say they want to speak, and they will say, thank you very much for taking care of our children. We have attended enough meeting that when somebody says, I don't agree, the co-sufferers
will be appreciating the gesture.
Will be saying, come on, Abba.
That is human.
And
that is human
and that
nature.
is why this person probably, kept quiet for some time. I've attended PTA meetings that people will not talk during the meeting. Then when you are leaving, when you are standing at the bus stop, they start murmuring.
This is not
this person. So this my own solution. This person should call a valuer to first value the property of that school, and then take them to court. A school is a school. End of the year party is entertainment. I don't know if there's a legal ground for you to be able to do that.
But why do you disenfranchise a child that has paid tuition for writing exams?
So when you saw the bill,
what was your response?
You did not.
That implies agreement. That implies agreement.
You didn't object to the bill.
You didn't object to it.
The bill, but this is the point. We cannot begin to do semantics.
This is not semantics.
What is tuition?
No, Michael.
No.
This is not semantics.
Child met the minimum requirement for being a student in that class.
This is optional. This is compulsory.
You didn't object to it.
You didn't object to it.
I agree that.
So I'm not sure you have a strong legal ground.
You should have challenged it. If you challenge it and the school insists, then you can take legal action.
In fact, if you deduct that 20,000 and pay the rest, you notify the school. I have paid this. And the 20,000, I am not a part of.
Because the school can actually argue
that the money you paid,
that you have not completed your payment.
Your tuition, that they have taken this one for the 20,000.
So in my conclusion, this is what I want to say in my conclusion. I have data here that I want to bring up first. I know that the Oyo State government knows the number of private schools in Oyo State.
Okay.
There are over 7,283 private schools in Oyo State. I'm coming somewhere, and I want to show it to you. The Ministry of Education in Oyo State has a mandate of supervising, of regulating, and enforcing standards. What exactly is the role of Ministry of Education? Are you just earning salary sitting in the secretariat?
I also want to say this. We need to be circumspect. Because, maybe it's convenient to make the parent look like the victims. But we must understand that there's an emotional side to this. What do the parents want? I have seen instances in private schools where the parents prefer to pay for party
than pay for tuition.
Somebody that is still owing.
In fact, some of them will take their kids away from your school if you don't have enough social activity. These ones are too bookish. In that school next,
there's always party.
There's always party.
They're celebrating something.
So the schools may simply be responding
to the yearnings of the parents.
of the parents.
Okay, guys.
Because we are talking about human beings, people of emotions. People like to party. Some have described us as being very frivolous.
I have seen
maybe yes, maybe no.
in end
But
of the year
people like
party
party.
coordinated by parents.
No, my problem was this particular case.
Yes.
The boy did not write exam.
The boy hasn't finished paying his tuition
So
fee.
it means that
hasn't finished paying his fee.
What they have done in that school was to look at the fee in total, not the elements.
Yes, now. So the person has not paid in full.
However, I also think that the parent. So I'm not judging anybody. I also assume that the parent didn't have enough, relationship. Because you can easily write to the school and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay, but just give me some time.
Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking.
I believe that the school should have allowed the child to write the exam.
To write the exam.
Yeah. Worst case, you withhold the results.
Withhold the results.
But at least now, I mean, it's common. Some matters can be remediated.
Maybe the information
easily.
here is also not complete.
Yes, so perhaps you want to interrogate this person's
some
matter.
things could have gone on the ground
Yes.
that we are not privy to.
Ayatollah Kingsley says, good evening, men of the press. Most schools don't make the party fees optional. I once worked in a school that the parent came to fight on this issue. Government should, as a matter of fact, close any school that is doing this.
Ministry of Education.
Monitoring.
They are zonal educational officers.
Okay. All right.
They are inspectors.
The other issue quickly is...
Go to schools where they make it optional now.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's better.
I mean, isn't that what a liberal economy provides?
Competition.
Go to schools where they make
schools where they give you
because there are schools where they make it optional.
Yes, but you may be in the fourth year in that school and that policy can change.
You said
you can be in the fourth year in that.
We'll
school.
just argue that out now. If you can't change the goalpost in the middle of a game.
But this guys do it all the time.
Then move the child away from the place.
I won't pay it.
Move the child away.
I will go and bring your bill from year one.
Say we're not used to this culture. It's not part of our culture.
Yes, I
won't pay it.
But life is dynamic. You be just changing.
Okay.
But I don't have money for party.
For changing.
My account is not dynamic.
The other issue for me is quickly, just your thoughts very quickly. The River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has returned to his political family and aligned himself with the Rainbow Coalition by the FCT minister. And he has also called on his supporters to back the coalition and his governorship candidate, Chinda. What took Fubara so long?
Full circle moment, eh?
Epiphany. Moment of epiphany.
Chicken came home to roost.
Was that not too late for him coming home to roost?
It's late already.
At that point,
but then it's better. You always say better late.
What will he gain? Can he ever be trusted?
It takes a big man to recognize a bigger man. If you know you're not going to respect the structure of a godfather, don't use that structure to win.
Yes.
It's as simple as ABC.
It didn't.
Agreement is
agreement. But I feel this backing down now and agreeing.
What would you have him done? Really? What would you have him done?
I'm saying
what could he have done?
Okay, I'm saying, listen, guys.
In practical terms, what could he have done?
He should stay on his course till the end.
What course? Which course?
His course.
Which course? A lost course.
See, he's still there.
A lost course.
Still he's done.
Lost course.
What do you think he's going to gain here? You think he's going to gain the trust of the Godfather?
No, his redemption starts now. Whether it's to complete or not, but at least it started.
I don't think it can be redeemed.
But there's somebody in Lagos now. Redemption journey is still on.
It's still on. So perhaps. So Seun, I will say this. I will say this.
No, look at Koro. No, look at Koro.
Yes, now.
Koro has completed his
redemption. It took a few decades, but I mean, it's done.
Seun, by the way, he might also get appointment to be DG of one.
Did you use DJ at first?
DJ was the truth.
No, he might get appointment. Someone just got appointment recently, so he might as well.
Who got
after this campaign, our whistleblower general, he can also get an appointment because he said it in that video. Unfortunately, we couldn't play that video. He said that nothing now, but you see, something might come later. So perhaps they told him that you have lost, but don't lose completely. At least score a consolation goal.
And there are SA positions available too.
An ex-governor.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? An ex-minister did not become SA in Nigeria.
Because he will soon become an
Did
ex-governor.
ex-minister not become SA in Nigeria? Did former deputy governor not become SSG, not become commissioner in Nigeria?
Okay, guys. The last thing, just for us to go, is an issue to be raised, the issue of destitutes on our roads. I'd like us to call government about it today.
You move around, the mega city called
Metropolis.
Ibadan. So they even call it megalopolis.
Yes, megalopolis.
I don't know if somebody is not watching or people who should pay attention are not paying attention. I know that you have a Ministry of Women Affairs. That also oversees children matters. You also have the Ministry of Environment, and not to mention different task forces that have been put in place. Please, it has become not just an eyesore, but a danger to everybody. When you move around different parts of Ibadan, the median of the road, just drive 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you will see one destitute or a mentally challenged person in the middle of the road, oftentimes even naked. Are we not thinking about what this does, not just to our optics, but even to the psyche of people moving around? Are we also not seeing what this represents in terms of security issues? Because some of these people, they may not be who we think they are. So there is a whole lot that is embedded in all of this. We are not being insensitive, but we know that this falls squarely within the doorstep of government. They should do something about it. It is dangerous. That's one side. The other side is, the huge number of kids, homeless kids, that are, littered across our major roads. You just need to encounter small traffic. The way they will lay siege you
from your car.
I mean, I don't know why we wait. Because, when that Orire mass abduction happened, and I listened to the speech by the governor, he said we're not prepared for something like this. But it's not like we didn't see it coming. There were red flags. There were not just even early warning signs. There were, serious warnings. In fact, we had alarm bells ringing. We just didn't think, maybe this whole idea of God forbid, it will never happen. Here, now, we're also talking about something that constitutes a major security threat to us. We don't have to wait until this, we now breed our own army of Amajiri who will become useful for evil acts tomorrow. Okay. We need to take action now.
Thank you very much. David Halamo says, River State Governor Seun Fubara wants to remain politically relevant after leaving office. Period. It's
so funny, I forgot to laugh.
I don't see that.
It's laughable.
I don't see that.
All right. Alalajo Ramon said, good evening. Those people sentenced to life imprisonment are not the real perpetrators of the kidnapping, according to those who went to see the GOC. He confirmed that the GOC said that the use of non-conventional way of giving the kidnappers free way to exchange for the release of the captives without hurting any one of them. Okay, according to the GOC, they have profiled them and monitoring their movement for later apprehension. But we pray they do not perpetrate any other crime before they are arrested.
That's an unofficial account.
Yeah, in Nigeria. Now, regarding fraud in government, that's Shituadio, particularly salary payment. The real solution lies in strengthening technology systems, enforcing continuous audits, and encouraging personal integrity. Without these three elements working together, the problem will persist. We must rely on digital transparency, rigorous oversight, and a collective commitment to do the right thing. And Olaimono says, referring to Tunde's submission, budget is a statement of intent, a policy statement, but highly susceptible to several factors captured by the term ceteris paribus. All things being equal. I think that's the meaning of that.
Yes.
Perhaps we should really agree with the fact that national and or state budgets are mere proposals. If we really internalize it this way, we will temper our expectations and reduce our focus on what such proposals can or should deliver. However, it is an indictment of the kind of people we have in charge of governance.
Once signed, it's no longer a proposal.
It becomes law.
It becomes the law.
And not now. You see, this
otherwise, we'll treat every. We should treat
what I'm
every
very
law
concerned
as a proposal
about.
too.
I'm concerned about the fact that when it comes to we want to generate revenue to fund the budget. When it comes to we want to borrow to fund the budget, they are not proposals at that time. We actually carry out
taxes are not proposals.
Taxes are not proposals. So so when government generates so much revenue, it's not proposed generation. No. They generate the money. But when it comes to allocating the money and disbursing the money, it was just a mere proposal.
All right, 07069493.
I mean, that's cognitive dissonance.
07069493,000. I will take one or two calls, and then we are done. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Aki, man.
Aki, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I want to speak on the issue you discussed earlier concerning government institutions or systems that work. Now, for example, let me take the police. I want to assure you that most of police officers who have vehicles do not have a vehicle papers. And these are the people that will stop you on the road and demand for your vehicle papers. These are the same people who drive against the road of traffic on our roads. And then who will arrest them. So those who are in charge of the system themselves are corrupt. So the system cannot work. So that's the situation that we find ourselves here. But if we can find a way to change these people and let's see if other people can come in and make it better, then maybe we can do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't think I will take another call.
That's why I said Nigeria is an active crime scene. Even in the investigation of the crime is being committed.
You know, it is an interesting post. Who will arrest the police? Who's driving an
unregistered vehicle? Well, guys, we have to go.
We leave them to God. Yes, now.
Wow.
No, what can you do now?
No,
I found
it reeks of hopelessness, guys. When you said if we can get different people, are we going to import those people?
We're going to manufacture them.
Michael, thank you for coming.
Anytime.
Tunde, appreciation to you. Tunde Okoya.
You're most welcome.
Many thanks. We'll be out of here at this time at 7 p.m. Magadi Oshilu will take the air. Apologies, we can't take any other call. I know people are already calling. Thank you so much for being part of our discussion. When Nigerians survive. Amuluwashi Omakiola, good evening.
Baba?
Yes, my son.
Tell me a story.
Millions of years ago, a meteorite made of vibranium, the strongest substance in the universe, struck the continent of Africa, affecting the plant life around it. And when the time of men came, 5 tribes settled on it and called it Wakanda.
Why?
We are black. We respect our culture. We are the history. We stand for unity. We stand for integrity. We are Splash. All Splash. 105.5 FM.
105.5. The Splash.
Fún ìbálẹ̀ṣẹ̀ méjì ní ìlọ́po méjì.